So guys, we are going to start the AWS certification training. And let me just quickly walk you through with the table of content. So guys, we have lots of participants with us right now and 9 people also waiting. So let me admit them. Okay. So support trainer, have you joined? All right. Guys, please stop your camera. Some of the participants have with open camera. Well, so guys, we are going to learn AWS cloud training, which has also the certification. It is a certification training. And in this training program, we will understand how we can design, plan, and scale our AWS cloud and its services. Because AWS has more than 70 cloud services. So this course is aligned to the latest features of the Microsoft Amazon cloud services, and I will teach you about the architecture, about the features, functionalities, and the industry best practices about AWS. Okay, now it has different it provide different services. For example, it provide identity and access management. In short, we call it IAM. Then we have VPC, virtual private cloud, and EC2 instances. These are again virtual machines and elastic load balancing. So EBS also there. So we will understand lots of features of the AWS. However, the official training duration for this.
श्वेता कैमरा बंद करो, श्वेता कैमरा बंद करो.
Okay, so these training program officially is for 40 hours. Okay. So 3 people waiting. Let me just admit them.
क्या वेटिंग करेंगे श्वेता कैमरा बंद, श्वेता कैमरा बंद.
What is happening? What is the issue? Shweta, am I audible for you? Please turn off your camera. There is an option. There is a camera button. You just have to select it and it will show the red mark. Otherwise, it's okay. Two people more waiting in the waiting room. Let me just admit them. Admit all. Okay. Fine, guys. So, it has some demos. I will describe how to use the AWS, and we will understand some of the case studies, and we will do some simulation. Okay. So prerequisites are, there are no prerequisites, and anyone can learn because I will be starting from the scratch, from the starting. So anyone without prior expertise or without prior experience, anyone can learn about this AWS exam, certification and technology. Well, targeted audience can be the IT auditors, consultant, IT compliance managers, chief compliance officers, and chief risk and privacy officers, security head and directors, security managers, and security architectures. Guys, is there any candidate who is a fresher, who doesn't have any experience? All of you guys are experienced?
Yes.
Okay, great, fine. So, guys, what will be the key learning outcome with this training? These are: anyone who can learn, who will be joining this training, would be able to formulate the solution plans and provide guidance on the AWS architecture and its best practices. And also would be able to design and deploy a scalable, highly available, and fault tolerant system on the AWS cloud. And identity, the lift and the shift of existing on-premises AWS applications, deciphering the ingress and egress data to the and from the AWS. Deciphering means decrypting, and everybody understand. I think this word cipher. Cipher is the word used for when we just convert the plain text into the coded format, so that no one can understand and we can transfer our data securely. So ciphering is required when there is a traffic which is encrypted. Encrypted means which is a coded traffic. And why we change this traffic into the cipher mode, coded mode, or encrypted mode? Just to protect it from the hackers. Okay, guys, someone is drawing on my screen. What is this? Let me quickly check. All right. All right. I will fix this issue. So select an appropriate AWS service based on the data and compute database security and requirements. So what does that mean? Uh, AWS services we can choose appropriately, whatever required by the organization or by required by your project or requirement of the work. We can compute that, we can create databases, and we can select the security services and enable them to protect our cloud and cloud services. So what does it I mean to protecting the cloud? So protecting the cloud means the data which we will be storing on the cloud, and our projects, our codings, our all uh, data, whatever we will work, whatever work we will do on the cloud, we have to protect it. So that comes under the security requirements. Okay, one more important, very important aspect of the AWS cloud is its cost and cost control mechanism. So we will understand what makes AWS on the top is this: AWS is cost and its cost control system. So we will learn about that as well. Okay, let me quickly tell you about the certifications. So whosoever is interested in AWS certification, please raise the hand. Okay. Let me just quickly check the messages. Some people are typing in the chat. Yes, you can get a job on AWS, Wes. You are right. And it is highly required nowadays. So many jobs are available in the market for AWS and its different types of client technologies. Okay, guys, if you have anytime any question, you can type in the chat. Okay, Wes, I think I answered your question. Fine. So this certificate program is available. Anyone can do this certification, and also it is equivalent to CISA. CISA is a certification used by cybersecurity auditors. They have vast and very big level of the knowledge to test the IT systems and its controls and functions. Okay, so you must meet the following requirement. So this exam has some levels. First exam is called AWS Architect Associate, which is the 80-minute examination with multiple choice of questions. AWS certification exams are will be happening at testing centers, and there are 750, more than 750 locations available where you can go and attempt your examinations. The exam cost for the AWS certification is 150 USD. All right, so let's walk through with the course curriculum. That means uh, what will be the topics which we are going to cover in this training. So we are going to uh, walk through with this. All right. So guys, first part is AWS curriculum of this part is first is introduction. Then after giving you the introduction, I will let you know about overview of the AWS, how Amazon Web Services work, its history and the evaluation of this AWS. And here is the knowledge check and some overview of the products and its services. Then there will be a quiz and the takeaway. Let me remove this ink and stop the annotation. Okay, guys, in the lesson 2, we will be covering designing part, like how we can design the high available, cost effective, fault tolerated and scalable system. So these are very technical terms. So system which can be highly available, that is not going to down if there is a some disasters, if there are some kind of interruptions in the services like electricity or the internet. But these systems are highly available. You can access them from any location, from any device, and from any part of the globe, from any location. Then it is cost effective. So the services which we are going to use in the AWS, only these services will be chargeable. All other services will be free. And whatever you will use, only you have to pay for that. Some of the services are free, and some chargeable services, if you use them for 1 hour, you have to pay for 1 hour only. If you are using minimum services, you have to pay for minimum services. So I will explain all these things when the topic will come. Okay, yes, Abhishek, you can unmute and tell me what do you want to exactly say. Abhishek, you have typed the question in the chat box. Please let me know what is your query. Okay, fine. So, guys, in the lesson 2, we will be designing a high available, cost effective, fault tolerant, and scalable system. Then, we will see how to design the cloud services. We will see how to plan and design, and how to monitor these services, and how to enable loggings and check the logs. So this part is very, very important for any network or any service. There must be a monitoring and there must be the logging. So monitoring will give you the review about your services, and if you have so many services and so many instances, so many virtual machines, your organization is working on the AWS cloud. So you can do all the type of monitoring. You can check the activities and threads and different types of monitoring views you can view in the monitoring part. And the logging part is also very important, because if something happened, if some mistake, error, or some security breach, some hacking attempt, or some problem occurred, so we can just explore that problem or event from the loggings. Also, these loggings give us insight about our business services and the services which we are using on the AWS cloud. So these logs from the AWS we can collect and combine with our other security solutions, and that will give us analytics about our business or organization. Then we will be understanding about hybrid architectures. So there are different architectures of the cloud, and we will understand what are the public cloud, private cloud, and hybrid architectures. So hybrid stand for mix of the type of architectures, for example, public cloud and private cloud. What are public and private cloud? This I will explain during the sessions. Then we have the assignment and knowledge check quiz. In the lesson 3, we will be learning about identity and access management, which is IAM. And anyone who knew already about IAM or heard about the IAM, please let me know. You can speak by unmuting yourself, or you can just type in the chat.
It's access management
Yes,
wherein you can
yeah.
manage the accounts, creating a new account and adding a new group and making the users to group membership. It's same like Active Directory kind of a database
Fantastic.
wherein we can manage the
Yes,
users and groups. Yep.
fantastic. Anyone want to speak about this? IAM?
Oh, we create roles and policies using IIM.
Very good. Fantastic. So there may be some participants who do not know about IAM. So I will describe the role of this IAM technology and the other vendors of this IAM technology. And also we will learn how to use it in this AWS. So I will be providing the overview and how we can create the policies, and how we can create and add the users and user groups and their roles and responsibilities. Then I will be describing some of the best practices and roles of the users. And then in the lesson 4, there is again very important topic which is called Amazon Virtual Private Cloud, VPC. So I will be explaining about this private cloud and how we can create the subnet on this. What are the networking services available? What are the features available? How to use them properly? How to configure them properly? Then I will be uh, describing about the access control list and security group. So anyone who does not know about the ACL, please let me know in the chat. Anyone who doesn't know what is ACL, please type in the chat that yes, you want to learn about it. Okay, yes, sure. So very good, Prajapat. Very good, Pradap. Yes, Shafiullah, we will learn about it. Yes, I will explain, Veena. Thank you, I understood now. So we will be learning about virtual private cloud, and where are these people who are waiting in the... Okay, let me admit some more participants.
Uh,
Jackie.
yeah, hi Ranjan. I'm just having a small doubt. So, will we be provided with certificate after the completion of this course?
You need to talk about this with the management. Also, I will discuss with the management and I will let you know.
Okay, okay.
Great.
And can I know the duration of the course, Ranjan?
Officially, it is the 40 hours.
Okay, okay.
Yes. Well, we would be learning about uh, these VPC. Okay, let me just take a minute, and some of the participants have joined newly. So whosoever joined this meeting now, So let me just repeat. We are uh, going to learn about the AWS cloud, and I am describing the topics, the table of content. Also, this table of content will be shared with every participants. Also, you can download this from the AWS official website. So these are the table of content, and I am just describing this table of content, what we will be learning in this training. Okay, guys. So I just described three lessons, and three lessons means I just describe whatever we will be learning in this training. So this I am telling, and then we will learn about the access control list. How we can access control list, guys, stand for if you want to block something, if you want to allow something, if you want to create some type of policy rule, or you want to simply control the traffic in your organization. So, for example, we have this organization, we have our LAN, I mean, we have our machines, computers, and you want to block some traffic from the internet cloud. Here we have internet cloud. I am describing it as ISP, Internet Service Provider. So if you want to create a filter that you do not want Facebook anyone to use in your machines or organization, or you want to block some other websites, unwanted website URLs, or you want to block some applications or some services like BitTorrent or uTorrent. So we are going to create a ACL, access control list, to create a filter. This filter will block these unwanted things, and these things we will attach in the ACL. We will describe in the access control list. So these things will be blocked. If you want to allow some services or websites, you can create also again one more some more access control list, and you can create the action to be allowed. So if this ACL describing an action allows some traffic, that traffic will be allowed. If this ACL describing some traffic to block, this traffic will be blocked. Well, so this is ACL, and we will understand in more detail in our training sessions. Then we will understand the virtual private cloud best practices. Okay. Then we have lesson 5, which is called Elastic Computer Cloud. So this is also called EC2. So in simple terms, we can call it virtual private machines. Have you heard virtual private machines or virtualization? Guys, let me know. Okay, good. Fantastic. Yes, Yusuf and Manoj and Muhammad. I understood. So, virtualization is a concept where we can create machines under machines. We can say in simple words. So, let me just describe. For example, you have a laptop. In this laptop, you are using an operating system, OS, for example, Windows. Guys, please type the other operating system name you know in the chat box. So I just told you one name of the operating system, which is Windows. Please type some other operating system names. Yes, Yusuf, Linux, Mac OS, Kali, Mac OS, Parrot OS, Fedora, Chrome. Fantastic. So guys, you already know there are lots of other operating systems available in the market, which includes Linux operating system and Mac operating system, Mac, MAC. This is for iPhone and Apple. Then we have some other distributions of the Linux, for example, Fedora, Ubuntu, and so many different operating systems which already come under the Linux. Even Android, yes, Muhammad, Android also designed and developed in Linux. CentOS also developed in the Linux. Ubuntu, Fedora, Red Hat, all these are the flavors of Linux. Fantastic. So now let me just talk about the virtualization. If on this laptop I am using the Windows operating system, so there are the limitation of this device that I can either use Windows or Mac OS or Linux. I can use only one operating system. But nowadays we have to work. We have to do dynamic things. We have to work dynamically. We have to do lots of things with our system. So sometimes we need Ubuntu systems. Sometimes we want to use different operating system of the firewalls, operating system of other security solutions. So what we can do to solve this issue, we can create virtual machines. In these virtual machines, we can install another operating system on our existing operating system. So for example, if we are using Windows, and also we can use Linux or Ubuntu or Security Onion or Parrot OS, whatever you want, we can install that another operating system on this virtual machine. So this virtual machine simply called VM. And VMware is one of the top provider of these virtualization system solutions. You can visit the official website of VMware and you will get lot of information about virtualization. So VMware. Okay. So this is again virtualization concept we can use in the cloud. This virtualization concept also works similarly on AWS. So yes, please. You have any query? Fine. So guys, we can create elastic computing clouds and we can create EC2 instances. Here, instances is the word used for virtual machines. So these AWS instances, if I use this word, that means a virtual machine. So we can create different types of virtual machine. Here in this training, I will first give you the overview of this Elastic Compute Cloud EC2, and then I will let you know about different images which you can use as a virtual machine, or in the language of AWS, we call it AWS instances. Okay, guys, then I will let you know different types of uh, how we can launch it, how we can connect the Linux instance or the Windows instance. Also, uh, Amazon virtual images, how to use them, and then different types of instances, means virtual machines, and elastic uh, storages, how to create the storages. I will describe all these things. 4 people waiting in the waiting room. Let me admit them. Okay, so now everyone is here. Let me clear this quickly. Okay, then we will be understanding about EC2 pricing, which is the very important part of this AWS cloud. Also, we will understand about ELB, which is called elastic load balancing. Now, is there anyone who understand what is a load balancing? Please type in the chat. Anyone know about the load balancing? What is the load balancing simply?